very quickly, this is just going to be a quick showcase of my performance patch. Now, this is the performance presentation mode. Actually, it's not presentation mode, but it's just bpatchers. Now, it's composed of two parts. The first patch receives audio from a line input. In this case, we've got a looper because I recorded the input of the performance yesterday night, and I thought that would be the best way to show how this works. So it has a bit detection, an analyzer, and my core finder external, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is just compression, cleaning, and EQs to adjust how the signal is processed. Then it has a few pass-throughs that send audio, and everything is joined to a list, packed up into OSC, and sent to this port. The raw parameters, such as the MIDI pitch detected by analyzer, a downscaled version of the bark spectrogram the analyzer takes, the chords, and so forth, are also sent. So not just as OSC, but their value. Then what happens is that the second part of the patch receives OSC, also receives all the raw parameters, and it has a let's go in order. It has a chord ID and beat detection receiver, which triggers events. It then has an excitation engine based on the beat detection. If it goes past a certain threshold and within a certain frequency, this will be activated or deactivated. And then it has a granulation engine, which is based on a multi-buffer object preloaded with samples I've chosen, and events in the performance, specifically chords, can move up or down within the array of buffers. Then the process sound, the granulated sound, is shaped by an envelope follower, which comes from the clean channel input. Do you remember there was a pass-through? And this particular comes from a guitar pickup. So you don't hear this. This creates the granulation by shaping whatever the granulator does, which is in turn decided by chords and also by the OSC, which is up here and I haven't mentioned. This comes through Wekinator. Wekinator has a helper that processes one of the inputs to be velocity, and this was the noisiness value taken from analyzer. It then has 5 spectral features. It has the main pitch detected. It has the chord ID as output by my object, and then it has a couple of flags. I think it depends on where it finds harmony and the beat detection. Then these parameters, which are granulation parameters, are therefore decided by Wekinator, machine learning based on training on certain chords and sounds that we've picked up whilst rehearsing in the last week. And I've decided last minute that actually the last one wasn't really good for the performance, and it surprisingly was better to use just one of these spectral features that go through as it is. The raw pitch detected by analyzer in the other patch decides the pitch shift of the output of the granulator. Now the granulation synthesis, it ultimately gets mixed with the other clean channel, which doesn't come from the pickup but from a contact mic, which is also the one responsible for the beat detection. So there are two mics, a contact mic responsible for beat detection and for providing a clean channel, mainly based around the beats and body of the guitar resonating, whereas the pickup from the strings, it affects the granulation, it shapes the granulation, shapes the overall volume, and it's the one responsible for most of the responsive decisions that the patch takes. Then there is a reverb, and there are two reverbs which affect the clean and the process sound. They are similar to what happens is that when a certain chord is hit, it either moves from one or three, but actually it's only this two, so from between two presets, and then auto pattern pattern storage interpolate between them. Then there is a slap delay, which is fixed. There is a longer delay, which I call it fugue, or is fugue? Anyway, fugue. My English, pardon me. And it creates that sort of chasing of the granulation to the main guitar, which obviously is always live. Then they're compressed, sent into a biquad. Even this is one of the effects that could be changed by a certain chord. It goes out, and there we go. Now, just as a little demo, this is how it all works. I started this just after we had started the performance. There was a moment where this was off, and then when Jules started to play louder, beat detection activated this. I'm sorry, but it basically, the first few bits, this was off. There was no granulation, but when it started, in particular, just I think a millisecond after this, that went up. Yeah, and what happens? That, as you can see, Wekinator is picking up what's coming in, and it's changing things up here. The chord detection, the leaky accumulator, everything is working to create this responsive behavior. Overall, the patch is basically changing, and I think it actually is pretty effective. I mean, this is live. It's live, and it's sounding very much like it was last night. So again, great. I have nothing else to add. Really pleased with this. Hope you enjoy this little video, and yes, I guess this is my submission. Hello.